Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome to Say That with Vuitton Bond. I am your host, Vuitton Bond. This is episode number 23. We're going to talk about my genre today. We're going to talk about the mood. This episode is called Hip Hop is Mean. Y'all know it's a fact. Before we get into the talk, though, this talk is brought to you by www.VuittonBondmusic.com. You guys go on my site, sign up for my email list. You'll get my new mixtape, Gold Bars, for free. And also, when you join that list, you are eligible for exclusives such as my new releases a week or two prior to its official release. You know, you guys are basically VIPs when you sign up. And I also want to give a shout out to the listeners of Vuitton Bond. Y'all are my people. Love y'all big time. So let's talk about my genre. Y'all know what it is. This is real talk, no cap. So this is something I kind of covered in episode 3. It's just a different slant. Y'all can check out episode 3 right here if you're on YouTube. It's the real world consequences of being a hater. This one, I really want to talk about, again, those consequences. So the number one thing, man, that I want to go over is just our history of, where we come from and kind of the energy that we come with as a genre. And of course, the energy itself is something that's been criticized so heavily for the last 35 plus years. You remember NWA when they were coming with that raw street music, that reality rap, and the government was hating, people like C. Dolores Tucker and shit. People wanted to go ahead and ban these people. They wanted to ban these artists because they were speaking the truth and they were doing it in a very mean, very aggressive, very confrontational way. And a lot of that is necessary because if we're nice, if we're kind, I don't know, not necessarily kind, but if we're nice and we're quiet, you're not gonna get the message. So you gotta remember, we come from that. Our music is very street oriented. In the streets, things are done a certain way. Our music is done by people of color who have been oppressed, people who have been looked down upon, people who are sick and tired of living a certain way. So therefore, the energy that they're coming with is very assertive. And assertive energy is scary to a lot of people. So this is what I want to talk about real quick. I did a video the other day called Reading Hate Comments. Y'all can check that out right there. I had a lot of fun making that video, and the reason I made that video was to blow off some steam, because a lot of people on my post, my Facebook post, my Facebook sponsored post, Fire Song, Lord Commander, y'all can check that out right there. I'm gonna put that in the cards too. If you're on YouTube, if you're listening on Spotify or Apple, you have to just visualize the shit, or just go to my YouTube channel, subscribe. Cheap plug. Let's move on. I did the Reading Hate Comments video, and the reason I did that, man, was to blow off some steam, but a lot of it was just me thinking to myself, I'm not gonna take this shit lying down, man. I'm not just gonna let a motherfucker talk about me all willy-nilly and just let it go. Bro, you're not just going to disrespect me, man. And that's the energy that we have in hip hop. So I'm a part of a social media marketing group, taking a course, learning how to do this shit, learning how to promote myself. Gotten some great results so far, but they have a method of dealing with hate comments, which is cool. Usually it's, hey, you can kind of go back and forth with people, kind of Jedi mind trick them into not necessarily liking you, but the kind of changing their tone a little bit. Or you can ban, block, delete people, which is something that I do. I do that. But again, being a rapper, living this hip hop shit, and knowing that, that's not how we do things. There's a lot of singer-songwriters in that group, guitarists, maybe rock artists or pop artists, and, punk cover artists and things like that. And that's cool for them, but for a rapper, our first inclination is to smack the fuck out of you. Look, y'all gotta remember the genre that we live the lifestyle that we live, man, the music that is the soundtrack of our lives is very aggressive, very confident, very assertive. And it's the kind of thing where it's like, yo, you talk about me, I'm gonna talk about you. You come after me, I'm gonna come after you. It's an eye for an eye. It really is. We live this genre here. You gotta remember, man, like, beef is what we do. Now, in hip hop, and it's, truth be told, I'm not glorifying anything. It's truly a shame, in my opinion, that that's how we operate. Like, we're just, like, you do something to me, I'm gonna do something to you. How beef is so prevalent. Artists, it's hard for artists to come together because this guy doesn't like that guy, and this guy is associated with this guy, so this guy can't work with this guy. There have been careers that have been ruined over diss records. You're pulling baby mamas in, you're pulling children in, and you're trying to ante up. You're trying to up the ante, rather. You're trying to up the ante and see how you could hurt somebody. Now, I did that video to take my pain, transmute it into something that you guys can enjoy. And I also did it to kind of, as a massive fuck you to all those people who are hating on me heavy. You're not just going to talk about me all willy-nilly without some consequences to it. There's consequences to everything. Like I said in episode 3 of the podcast. This is a little more in-depth because we're talking about the genre here. In country music, they don't, like, I've never heard of a country artist who got shot by another country artist. I never heard anything like that. I never heard of a successful pop musician who was gunned down in the middle of the night. I've never heard of two gospel singers kind of going back and forth in a beef, in a battle, or, two sitar players kind of shitting on each other in the media. Like, you never hear that in other genres. Hip hop is mean. In hip hop, you hear it all the time. Beef is prevalent. Personally, I'm not trying to beef with anybody. I'm trying to keep it cool, but again, you come after me, I gotta come after you. 949. That's our mindset. That's kind of what we do, unfortunately. Yeah, like, if you're gonna come after me, man, you should know what to expect. You should know what to expect. You should know that you're getting into a fight. You should know that there's probably gonna be a war. You should know that there are casualties in that war, and it's not gonna be pretty. You're gonna get a video made about you. I might put you in a song. You'll be a nameless, faceless villain. You will not get shine from me, but at the same time, I gotta spank your little cheeks, man. So, but we're trying to take hip hop to another level, peace, harmony. But as long as people are negative, as long as people are jealous, as long as people are full of hate, somebody threatened my life, man. That's hateful. I told y'all in that video, that's hateful. Who does that? Who does shit like that? But as a rapper, you're not going to take it lying down. I think a singer-songwriter is going to be a little shaken up, like, oh, I never thought something like this would happen. Like, I didn't know people were this terrible. Oh, no. People are miserable. Especially when they see somebody doing something that they want to do. Because let me tell y'all something about the guy who threatened my life. I looked at this guy's profile, which I do with every hater. Because this is a tactic that we used, when we battle, because battling is a big thing in hip hop music, whether it's face to face in a cypher or across tracks on wax, we battle. So I'm looking this guy up. This was an old guy. This man had to have been in his 50s, 60s. The guy was a guitar player, so he had pictures of him on stage and shit. Guarantee you, just with that one video, I had more success, more eyes on what I do than he's ever had in his whole fucking life. So he gets mad enough to want to threaten my life. Looking at the guy's profiles, just an all-around troll. Ain't got shit going on. I get hated on, or not just me, people in general who are doing something get hated on by some of the worst elements of society. People who have nothing going on. People who are hurt deep down inside. Because you know the old quote, the clever quote, I love this quote, hurt people. Or at least they attempt to. But see, if I'm hurt, then I gotta hurt you back. No, not necessarily, but I want to. I could just let it go, but I want to. I wanna come after you. I wanna come after your throat. I wanna cut your neck. You know. Say something about me. My first inclination is to maybe put a bullet in you, right? But I can't do that. That wouldn't be good for anybody. I'll go ahead and make the video. Fuck it. I'll make the video. You know? But I'm gonna blur your shit out. Because you're not gonna get any shine off of me, man. It's just that simple. But that's what I wanted to talk about. Our genre, it's not a nice genre. I'm not a guitar player. I'm not a pop artist. I'm not Jason Derulo. I'm more in the mold of a 50 Cent. 50 Cent's my favorite rapper. One of them. I grew up on 50, so 50 to this day is trolling people. He's trolling hard. He's coming after people saying, hey, you owe me money. I want my money. He's talking shit about people. But I think in his mind, these are people who wronged him first, right? So these people, somebody wronged me. I got to get after them. It is what it is. I told y'all in that last video, I told y'all in episode 2 of my podcast, I meditate every day. And that's a fact. I do meditate every day. But just because I meditate every day doesn't mean that I'm just going to let motherfuckers disrespect me. I think the lesson of this podcast also, you know, along with the history lesson of hip hop being from the streets, coming from a group of people who are looked down upon and oppressed. So there's angst in there, an angsty energy. The lesson too is don't let anybody push you around. Don't let anybody bully you. You know what you do with a bully? You go to a bully and you pick up a brick and you crack his fucking skull. It's kind of like the movie Friday. One of the greatest, if not the greatest, black comedy of all time. What does Ice Cube do to Debo, the villain, the bully at the end of the movie? Picks up a brick and he throws that at his head, right? He beats him the fuck up. You know, that's what happens. So, with all that being said, man, this is episode 23 of Say That with Vuitton Bond. Hip hop is a mean genre, man. It's very mean. We can be kind, but we're not just gonna turn the other cheek when somebody stepping out of line. Like if you step out of line, you can smack right back into it. It's just like the military, man. Just like the military. Anyway, you guys, I will see you in the next episode. We'll talk some more. We'll talk some more for sure. And don't let anybody step on your toes, man. They step on your toes, you shove them, all right? But still, be kind, but you don't have to be nice. You don't have to be nice. Be kind, though. There's a difference between being nice and being kind. Being kind, that's more from the soul. Being nice is more from the mind. You know, being kind is what you do because that's who you are. But being nice is basically trying to be agreeable so you won't get in trouble or this person will like you or whatever the fuck. Anyway, that being said, episode 23, that's a wrap. It's over. I'll see y'all next time. Say that.